Alright, I'm Hooves of Doom, and in this video, it's about my musing of the future of movies, animations, and shows by Games Workshop. So basically, I would say a tide of good fortune is upon us. We are at the moment of a veritable deluge of Warhammer animations. I want Warhammer movies, and I want a lot of Warhammer movies. Honestly, I've been asking this for years. You can go back and watch several videos on this channel asking for just that. Well, we're not quite at that moment, but we are so close. Not just one or two short animations, but a veritable tide. Now, this development was quite fortuitous for me, as I've been really fleshing out a video on Warhammer animations prior to the announcement, and now there's actually plenty to talk about. Now, I know many of my viewers are devotees of Age of Sigmar, and that is without a doubt kind of a glaring omission here. But if these animations are popular, if the animations are a commercial success, then there's no doubt in my mind that Age of Sigmar animations cannot be far behind. They already have kind of the logo, and I tend to think that the Hammer and Bolter is kind of a reference to AOS, but the first few stories, they're definitely 40k. So I don't want to dwell on this point too long, but it is interesting to note that I can point to at least a dozen or more fan-made animations for 40k. Frankly, probably a lot more than that. But none for Age of Sigmar. And I don't know if that means anything, but as we'll see, that could be a kind of a contributing factor to the flood of 40k animations as kind of these independent projects get taken under the umbrella of Games Workshop. So over the last few years, there have been a few different animations, and I'm using this term broadly to describe kind of any type of Warhammer show. Some of these, like Blood for the Blood God, back in, I think, the late 90s, and Damnatus, were kind of live action. That's like a German film. While others, like Ultramarine, were computer animated. That's the only official Games Workshop movie. Many were fan projects, and a few were produced by Games Workshop itself. Some were good, while others were kind of borderline comical. And some had great scripts, but the animation kind of fell flat. But now both technology and skill are available, and the most prominent fan projects have been given the official stamp and support by Games Workshop itself. So here's an incomplete, probably, list of animations and shows being developed right now at this moment. Astartes 2, Angels of Death, Hammer and Bolter. This is kind of 6 different animated stories from a variety of perspectives. You have Inquisitor, kind of a live-action series for mainstream TV about Gregor Eisenhorn. Iron Within, Primaris the Last Templar, Exodite, and a planned anthology series. Now, many of these are already deep into development. And I find this list to be, frankly, quite mind-boggling. And I'm quite thrilled as a Warhammer enthusiast. These are not all going to be equal, right? Nor will every animation appeal to your storytelling instincts. But the sheer volume should provide enough avenues to appeal to your individual needs, right? There will be something here for everyone. Now, I'm rather late to the Astartes fan train, but it is just, generally, independently, quite stellar work. Just the computer animation there is really high quality stuff. And we've had some, amazing independent talent try their hand at bringing the worlds of Warhammer alive. And, the creator of Astartes has truly made something special. It's short, concise, with kind of a unique, minimalist plotline. And these videos have been viewed, millions of times. There's all sorts of, reaction videos where people show the video to their dad or brother or something and record their reaction. It's a pretty popular film online. And now that Astartes is officially supported, one of the interesting things to consider is that kind of the fan-made chapter and the antagonists of the short film featured in Astartes could now become kind of a type of official concepts. And I think that's cool. But this is a film that is highly visceral, with all the blood and gore that one would expect from 40K. If anything, kind of the trailer that has been released for Astartes 2 seems to push that even more with orcs and Tyranids, and it's safe to say that this will be for a rather mature audience. In fact, I think we'll see kind of a spectrum of different content for different age levels, just as kind of the Black Library novels now have this, books aimed at kind of a younger audience. And I think this is great. The hobby itself is a spectrum. Lots of different people, lots of different age groups that have different needs and interests. And I don't want every film to have the same plot and elements as Astartes, no matter its quality. I want a variety of styles. I want some that are pure action, and I want others to focus on character development and intrigue. Right? And I think we're getting that. I'm honestly super excited for Hammer and Bolter, because it can explore so many different aspects of the IP. And I'm thrilled by the prospect of kind of a live-action Inquisitor, because I'm genuinely curious about what a live-action show looks like in the modern world. All right, and so Astartes had millions of views, and its creator was substantially supported on Patreon. He had, I think, 18,000 or something supporters, right? And the lowest support level was at $2 a month. You can do the math. And there have been many fan projects, none quite as good or successful as Astartes. So perhaps it was just a matter of time, but I'm not shocked that Games Workshop wanted to bring these projects into the fold. There's no doubt that these fan projects do infringe upon the company's intellectual property, but without being too cynical, it simply made sense to bring kind of these artists and Lost Legion Studios and Paxel Art and Codex Film into the fold. Right? It's simply a smart move if you want to control your IP and avoid kind of the PR implications of legal action against a positively received project. It also removes the association of kind of third-party advertising on YouTube. Really, Games Workshop had a choice between a rock and a very soft pillow. And once a fan project reached the popularity of Astartes, the path forward was obvious. Now, I don't know how much control in artistic creation GW will have in this relationship, right? I hopefully, its support and direction were needed, but otherwise quite a light touch. Because I think there's a real, genuine value in kind of keeping the artistic enthusiasm and fire alive. Right? I liked 2010's Ultramarine, all right, but there were obvious room for improvement. And I had kind of high hopes for Codex Pictures, and I was disappointed when the company folded in 2013. And I think this current approach of harnessing what already works is a much more diversified way of achieving success. And I think with so many different developers and companies working together, some real gems will be produced. Again, so some are going to fall a little flat. Some won't be quite what you're wanting or expecting. But with all these animations coming out, some have got to be great. If it is a commercial success, more will be produced. And that's good, both for 40K and AOS. So now we have Astartes promoted on the Warhammer community site, and that seems to be where you'll be able to watch other new animations and shows too. So it's like some sort of new cross-platform streaming service all through my Warhammer account that was kind of recently rolled out. I don't know if I want a different streaming platform at this point, but I do know I want the ability to also purchase a physical product. Right? I'm a collector. I don't collect usernames and passwords on websites. I want a physical thing that I can hold and use and have on my shelf, just for fun, if nothing else. So come out with a DVD. If you're going to do pure streaming, then to me this makes sense. I think they will come out with a physical product alongside the streaming, but we'll see. Let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. Are you excited for these types of animations? And I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please consider supporting the channel by commenting on the video, hitting that little like button, and subscribing for more Warhammer content.